Bro, that's what I'm talking about. You guys see that fourth quarter defense? We're harassing people out there. We're harassing them. You can't do nothing with that. Let's go. I just want to throw this out there. I trolled Ben Simmons last night on Twitter, okay? He trolled me back. He tweeted a picture of SpongeBob. And the next day, 2 days later, he drops a 34-point triple-double, the second player in Sixers history to drop 30-10-10 with 5 steals. 34 points, 12 rebounds, 12 assists, and 5 steals. I'm just saying. He was playing as if somebody pissed him off. And from my recent memory, I feel like I feel like I pissed him off, man. Oh, my goodness. Okay, let's talk about this game really quick because obviously it's a trap game every single time you play the Brooklyn Nets. They have a whole bunch of ball-handling guards that can kill us because we have nothing but 7-footers on the floor. But Brett Brown made some adjustments that I liked. Brett Brown then went back on those adjustments, and I didn't like it. But for the most part, he did what he had to do to put the players in the right position to win this game. I just want to say, isn't it unbelievable that you put a point guard on the floor with Ben Simmons and his game completely explodes? I mean, dude, anybody that's been watching my videos, for a decent amount of time has heard me say it about 10,152 times. Ben Simmons is not a point guard because he won't shoot from the outside. Now, I still don't know what Trey Burke did to get completely shunned and benched for the rest of his life. I don't know, but I'm going to stop harping on it. I'm going to stop saying it because it just is what it is. Brett Brown, for whatever reason, prefers Raul Neto over Trey Burke, and that's what we have to live with. But as long as he's going to play that point guard with Ben Simmons on the floor, what do you get? You get spacing. You get Ben Simmons setting screens and rolling. You get Ben cutting to the rim. He can be aggressive because he doesn't have the ball in his hands in the half court. When he has the ball in his hands in the half court, the defense sags off. He can't go anywhere with the ball. It's not rocket science, man. It's legitimately basic basketball. So, when he brought Neto in the first time, in the first 2 minutes left in the first quarter into the second quarter, it wasn't good. We were up by 5. We immediately blew the lead. And then he brings in the death lineup. I mean, I just want to talk about how this guy does not stagger the lineup at all. He has the starters, and then he puts the whole bench on the floor all at the same time. He left Josh Richardson out there, okay? So you had Raul Neto, Josh Richardson, Mike Scott, Jonah Bolden. Who else was out there? Somebody that shouldn't have been out there. All together on the floor. Jonah Bolden that's another topic I don't even want to get into, Jonah Bolden. Oh, my goodness. Anyway, I'll talk about Jonah Bolden in a little bit. He plays that death lineup. We get absolutely murdered. Brings the starters back in. And I'm starting to slowly realize, like, okay, if Brett's going to be obsessed with Raul Neto, at least play the guy alongside Ben Simmons. All the dude needs is a point guard to run the half-court offense. He's a beast outside of that. Other than that, he can get the rebound, run transition. I mean, that's his game. If he's not going to shoot the ball from the outside, that's his game. That's how you have to play him. I just want to let you guys know. You all talked a bunch of mess. A lot of people said some things when I called Ben Simmons a center a couple weeks ago. Brett Brown played Ben Simmons at center for 7 minutes in this game. In those 7 minutes, we outscored the Nets 22-12. Come on, man. That's what he is. He's a power forward when Embiid's on the floor, and you can play him as a small ball center. So when they constructed this team, they should have known that, and they should have said, let's put the right players around him to build on that. This is what kind of player he is. We need to play to his strengths. So midway through the third quarter, we're running Raul Neto at point guard. We're playing Ben Simmons at center, and we got Matisse Thybulle, Furkan Korkmaz, and Josh Richardson on the floor. That's a balanced lineup. There was so much spacing on the floor, you could have drove a truck through there. That's all I've been saying, man. Give everybody the space to go to work. Let me read my notes real quick, man. I get so excited I forget what I'm talking about. This is Ben Simmons' 5th straight game with 20-plus points. I told you guys a long time ago, if he's not going to shoot the ball, whatever. It's all about him being aggressive. He can score 20 points a game. He's unstoppable when he's aggressive and when he's not playing point guard in the half court. Other than that, man, Al Horford was clutch. Al Horford had some clutch buckets down the stretch. Al Horford had some incredible defense, some blocks at the rim. He blocked one off of Jared Allen's throw and out of bounds. That's the best thing I've ever seen in my life, because if the dude didn't have the throw, it might have been Nets ball. Anyway, he blocked it off of Jared Allen's throw and out of bounds. I loved everything about that. I just want to get back to the rotations for a quick second. With all the success we were having running Neto at point guard and Ben Simmons at the 4 or the 5, Brett Brown, about 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, when we had a pretty significant lead, I want to say 7 points, decides that's too much spacing for me. That's too much spacing for me. I don't like it. I'm going to put Benny back at the point guard, okay? So he puts Ben Simmons back at the point guard, and immediately there's no space on the floor. Jarrett Allen, the Brooklyn Nets center, was guarding Ben Simmons, who was playing point guard 20 feet away from him. He wasn't even that doesn't make sense. Stop doing that. It does not make sense. You got, it legitimately looks like if you played a power forward at point guard, because that's what it is. So just stop doing it. The dream scenario for me the dream scenario for me, because I think Trey Burke is so much better than Raul Neto, would be to start Trey Burke at point guard. I don't care if he's not a superstar. Start him at point guard. Run Ben at the 4, Al at the 5. Al goes to the bench. Ben at the small ball 5. You surround him with Matisse and Korkmaz, shooters. Matisse is an elite defender. And you have success because you have space. But he's not going to play Trey Burke for whatever reason, so I'm over that. I'm fine with it. Whatever it is, what it is. Raul Neto is a serviceable point guard. I just like a guy at the top that can run. I mean, there was actually a play where Ben Simmons was at the power forward, and Neto and Al Horford ran a pick and roll at the top of the key. I wanted to cry out of happiness. It looked like basic basketball to me. It looked like it made sense. I loved every second of it. I mean, there was just all kinds of stuff happening. There was so much action with Ben Simmons in the fourth quarter, and I mean, I guess I just got to admit it. It's because I told him on Twitter that he didn't score any points in the fourth quarter of the Knicks game, and Tobias had to save the day. And he was like, you know what? I'm sick of this son of a DJ Eastwood on his stupid YouTube channel talking about me, talking about how I don't score in the fourth quarter. I'm taking this game over. So, you're welcome, Sixers fans. You're welcome. The fourth quarter defense was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. I feel bad for anybody that has to try to dribble a basketball with Matisse Thybulle, Ben Simmons, and Josh Richardson on the floor. It's virtually impossible. When it comes down to the fourth quarter, it's impossible. And I've never seen players celebrate defense the way this Sixers team celebrates defense. I was talking a bunch of crap in the first half of the game because, let's be honest, the pick and roll defense was horrible. Players were getting wide open shots all over the place. A rookie that we've never heard of, Claxton, Speedy Claxton's grandson. You got you old Sixers fans know who I'm talking about, Speedy Claxton. Speedy Claxton's grandson is out here shooting his first career three-pointers. He has a career high in points. I mean, he's catching alley-oops. He's dunking on people. He's jumping on Ben Simmons' back, doing somersaults, landing on his back in the middle of the floor. He's doing all kinds of crazy stuff. He had a ridiculous vote of confidence because of how bad our defense was in the first half. Dinwiddie was going off. Joe Harris was going off. Everything we predicted about this Nets team was murdering us in the first half. And then the midway through the third quarter and the fourth quarter happened, and our defense just lit them up. We just put the clamps on. I mean, it was crazy. We forced 22 Nets turnovers. I mean, we trapped in a corner. Ben had a steal in the corner where he literally plucked the ball, almost fell over, regained his balance, swiped the ball again, stole it, picked up the ball, and just screamed because he was just so – that defensive intensity is amazing. And Matisse, Ben, and Josh Richardson, those three on the floor at the same time, late in games, it's hard to dribble a basketball in that area, man. It really is, and I really like that. Matisse Thybulle is just one of my favorite people that's ever lived. I mean, I love everything about the kid. He's such a great dude, man. He plays so hard. He's so good. All right, so my camera battery died, and I had to start over. But I was talking about Matisse Thybulle's defense, and it's just unbelievable. And then he got pissed off at Taurean Prince at one point and was like, bro, get off of me. And Mike Scott saw it happen, and Mike Scott was like, somebody messing with my son right now. And Mike Scott walks up and says, bro, back up. That kid's untouchable right there. Don't even be looking at my son all crazy like that. That was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Let me wrap this up real quick because my kid's being crazy, and I got things to do because I'm a grown-ass man. Basically, you take Ben Simmons off the ball, you play him with a point guard, he's unleashed. I mean, the last time Brett Brown did that, Trey Burke played 26 minutes against the Cleveland Cavaliers, and Ben Simmons had 34 freaking points in 3 quarters. And then he stopped doing it forever, and now Trey Burke is benched forever. Okay, sit right here and don't move. Just play on your iPad, all right? Just play on your iPad. And now Trey Burke is benched forever, and we have to deal with Raul Neto the whole time. Why are you looking so crazy? That's recording the audio. Yeah, you play Ben with a point guard, and he's unleashed. It's not rocket science. But 6 minutes left in the game. Brett puts Ben Simmons back on point guard, takes Neto off the floor. I can't believe I want Neto on the floor at this point. I can't believe it. But he takes Neto off the floor. All of a sudden, Jarrett Allen is guarding Ben Simmons 20 feet away. It doesn't make sense. The offense becomes stagnant once again. We almost blow the whole game, and we got to fight to the teeth defensively to win the game. So my dream scenario right now is, and I wanted to talk about Jonah Bolden. I can't believe the guy just got NBA minutes. I really can't believe it. Maybe they were trying to showcase him for a trade. It didn't work. He's god-awful horrible. He had 4 fouls in like 6 minutes. I mean, stop it with Jonah Bolden, man. We didn't convert Norvel Pell's contract, so he's not playing. We got Jonah Bolden up here, man. That was bad. The first half was really bad. I never want to see Jonah Bolden in a Sixers uniform again. I'm sorry. He might be a nice guy. He can't play in the NBA. Let's call it what it is, okay? Now, Norvel Pell's going to go back down to the G League when we could have used him as a backup center. Anyway, what I saw with Ben Simmons playing alongside a point guard was that he is unleashed. He's a point forward. It's his natural position. It just took Brett Brown 3 years to figure it out. I don't know how it took him that long, but it did. And now he starts playing Neto, extended minutes next to Ben Simmons, and voila, 34-point triple-double. The first time he's broken 30 points since the last time you played a point guard on the floor with him. You know what I'm saying? So my dream scenario with this team, because I just saw rumors of a Derrick Rose trade, my dream scenario is to trade for Derrick Rose, Start Derrick Rose at point guard, Josh Richardson at shooting guard, Tobias Harris at small forward, Ben Simmons at power forward, and Joel Embiid at center. Give Ben Simmons the ball half of the time, let him grab the rebounds and run the floor, play true point forward basketball, and let Derrick Rose run the half-court offense. Can you imagine a Ben Simmons, Derrick Rose pick and roll? Come on, man. Al Horford, sixth man. Matisse Thybulle, seventh. Maybe Matisse Thybulle, sixth man. Al Horford, seventh. I know you paid astronomical amounts of money for Al Horford, but that's not our problem. I've been saying since months ago, the roster construction doesn't make sense. The person who invented basketball didn't come up with these positions for no reason. You can't run 4 freaking centers and try to win in the NBA. You just can't do it. So finally, Brett Brown he doesn't want to be wrong. So he's going back on all of the things that he claimed, but he's doing it slowly because he doesn't want to be wrong. So, and also, I want to close this video out by just reiterating one more time, I personally got under Ben Simmons' skin on Twitter to the point where he took his phone, went into his photo album, selected a SpongeBob meme, and tweeted it back to me. You can't tell me I didn't get under his skin. And the very next day, he has a career game. 34-point triple-double with 5 steals, only the second player in Sixers history to do it. So here it is. Ben Simmons is 1-0 with 30-point triple-doubles when posting a SpongeBob meme on Run It Back. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. That's all I got for you guys, man. Hopefully we can build on this momentum. I know it's the bum-ass Nets. It shouldn't have even been that close. It shouldn't have been that close with the Knicks. But for this team to succeed moving forward, you're going to have to play a point guard on the floor with Ben Simmons. He is a point forward. Brett, don't go back on it now. Please look at the tape and watch what you had success with and build on it, okay? Thank you guys for watching Run It Back. My name is DJ Eastwood. Tune in next time. I post videos pretty much every day. If you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button, baby, for passionate sports takes 24/7. Peace!